No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back to another hot episode of the Rant with Pough Ant, where the mics stay hot, the takes are bold, and the truth is unfiltered. No scripts, just two voices bringing the heat with heart, real, raw, and unapologetically honest. What's good with you, my boy?
Man, it's a great weekend, man. First weekend of college football, best weekend of the year, man. I can't complain about nothing at all right now.
1,000% agree. I will say this: the Lord, they say a closed mouth don't get fed, and all you gotta do is ask the Lord, and He shall provide. I was on the plane yesterday, and I was saying to myself, seeing Texas lose, and I was thinking about all those spaces where Texas fans was telling us, hey, how they was gonna go undefeated and do all this stuff. LSU sucked, all this kind of stuff. And I was seeing them lose, and seeing how all them Arch Manning is the next Joe Burrow, how all that was coming to an end, and Bama started playing. And they drove down the field and scored on Florida State. And I was like, well, it's going to be, it's going to be, quick and ugly. And then Florida State came back and scored. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they did it again. So I said, dear Lord, you know my petty heart. I don't come to you ask you for much. But if you do find so, provide me this favor. Take down Bama and take down Clemson. I'll be happy. Gosh darn it, he listened. And
It was the perfect weekend.
Dylan we got a win yesterday. Dylan got a win. He got another touchdown. Completed a pass. He said he had like 100 yards rushing, completed pass, bunch of tackles. That's how it was described to me. I'm still waiting on video evidence, but hey, we'll see. Little cousin showed out at Boston College, his first game. I guess Boston is a real city, Houston won. Looked good too. Defense looked good. And it was a lot of teams that I was a little worried about. That's gonna come on, you know what I'm saying? That was on, on LSU schedule and a couple other teams schedule that I watched, and I was like, this might not be so bad. We're gonna talk about it. First, man, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor over at Kelly Creations. We'll be back in 1 minute. Your brand deserves more than basic. It deserves bold. It deserves clean. It deserves Kelly Creations. From screen prints that pop to embroidery that speaks volumes, to picture tees that tell your story. Donald D.K. Kelly does it all. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot him an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. That's KELLYKREATIONS 225@gmail.com. And don't forget to tell them No Chill Sports sent you. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better. Hey, we are back. What's good, Marv? Marv was laughing at us. He said, "What's up, family? We back. I was looking for your son. He's number 16. Ironically, he's number 16 on offense. Christian Braithwaite, former LSU Tiger Christian Braithwaite, starting linebacker for Houston, is number 16. So I think both of them on special teams together. So when he on special teams, he has a different number. We were looking for him too, Marvin, because we ain't see him out there, and we was like confused, but he was out there. I gotta get you that special teams number. He doing that whole jersey swap thing. He ain't had no big old jersey like that boy from Georgia.
I was about to say, as long as he ain't got a jersey like the boy from Georgia,
that boy
Tech
had
did,
on a garbage bag, a garbage bag.
Man. He had on one of them Soldier Boy jerseys from back in the Gap, man.
You ain't lying. But man, oh man, bruh, we talked about it at the beginning. Let's go ahead and talk about it now. Texas, Ohio State. Great game. You called it. A defensive game. You called it. Ohio State at home. Give them the nod. I love it. Initial thoughts on that game.
It went about like I expected it. I think the biggest surprise to most people was how Arch looked. But at the same time, I can kind of understand it when you look at the fact that he was going into a hostile environment, playing a top team in the country. So I don't think it's too much to be worried about if you're a Texas fan or something like that, dog. You know what I mean? Like it's that's probably the toughest game that they're gonna play all year. So I think Arch will be fine. But I do think we saw some vulnerability from Texas a little bit. The offensive line looked like they wasn't holding up that well the whole game. But I do think that Texas defense is probably one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. So I think there's some things that take away if you Texas to be excited and optimistic about, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's really that big of a deal that they lost by 7 in that environment.
Completely agree. Pressure said he need a hat. You got to shout out to our sponsor, Donald D.K. Kelly over at Kelly Creations, man. He got us hooked up, man. We definitely get that taken care of. So it's funny you said that. You said a lot of people surprised by how Arch looked. Louisiana fans / LSU fans have been telling Texas folks for 3, maybe 4 years. Arch Manning is good. He's a Manning, but he ain't there yet. He got potential. He ain't there yet. It's his first year. His first full. I mean, he started 1 or 2 games, but they were against. It was ULM and who? I forget who the Mississippi State. No, I'm saying I'm the Mississippi State last year was putrid. I think
it's obviously a major step up in competition going against Ohio State and them two.
With that said, I think he will be okay. I'm with you on that. I think Texas will be okay. I think he'll be better by probably mid-season. Shoot, he might be better next week.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's going to be Ohio State. But Do not think that because he is a Manning, he is automatically going to walk into any situation and he's already a NFL Super Bowl champion. He's the Heisman winner. I just literally saw a graphic on TV that said Arch Manning is the number one quarterback on the board. Lenore Sellis is number 2, and Garrett Nussmeier was number 16.
I don't get it, but hey,
I'm gonna say this: Arch Manning is not even coming out this year. I don't know why I don't understand that. That's 1. 2. Let the boy actually produce and do something on the field outside of 1 or 2 plays before you start crowning him. Y'all kill and crucify LeBron for saying he was crowned, he didn't earn it, but y'all literally are sitting there crowning and giving Arch the reins to everything great as a quarterback before he's earned it.
that's a valid point.
This game, the story of this game should be how good, and I'm not just talking about us. The story of this game should be how great the defenses looked and how good Ohio State's defense was and how they came in prepared for this team. But instead, we're getting, well, Arch will be okay. Oh, Arch is the. Why is that the story, bro? He looked back. If he was Arch Jackson, this would not be a conversation. We'll be saying, who's quarterback number 2? I wonder if he ready. Hell, Malik Murphy at Oregon State looked damn good last night.
He looked okay.
Okay, I did. I stretched that a little bit. But listen.
I feel you though.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but it's crazy to me that that's the story. But I do want to switch sides. Julian saying
he looked good.
He looked good. He looked like he has been developed and he's been worked with. I'm gonna tell you what I'm starting to wonder. There's a lot of conversation about these quarterback guru coaches and these coaches who are producing these quarterbacks in NFL. Sark has had 2 that should have been. Well, I'll say this: Sark has had Ewers who, in my opinion, should have been much better than what we saw. Part of that was due to injury. Now you've got Arch, who is, I mean, it's early. It's 1 game. I'm not going to overreact, but I thought he should have been a lot more prepared than what he was.
Yeah, that's I think the frustrating thing if you're a Texas fan got to be the red zone offense. Because that's not something that's exclusive to this game. That's been a thing that's been a problem for them for years now. It seems like at Texas,
at least three.
And so I don't really know how you could have the confidence that it'll be corrected this season when you've seen it be an issue every year, pretty much. So I would be worried about that. If I was a Texas fan, is that going to be something we struggle again with this year? But I think their defense is going to basically keep them in every game. You know, their offense is not going to be asked to go win a lot of games. So I think they'll be fine offensively. But when they do play a Georgia or they do play, one of these tougher teams, I think that red zone offense could be an issue.
Yeah, completely agree. Red zone offense couldn't move. You couldn't get 2 yards. I understood some of the rushing issues last year because your top 2 wide receivers. Your top, not say wide receivers, your top 2 running backs went down last year. I don't know if they're still there. I know Wisner looked pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they got CJ Baxter back too, who was supposedly be their starter last year.
Right.
And they ran the ball pretty good. I think they just stopped going to the run. I think they abandoned the run game way too early.
Yeah. It's I don't, bro. I what I watched of that game, it looked like Ohio State was clearly the better team, but it seemed like Texas was, I don't know how to put it. I don't know if it's necessarily more talent, but it was just like Texas was like they were there, but it was something about that it just stood out. Like Ohio State, you could see they dominated. They were strong up front. They were holding, but they couldn't, like, it's like it was something. They're young. That's what it is. They're young. In Texas, it's like they're not you can tell there was a separation between the two, but it wasn't much of a separation.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't get, and this I didn't get it when it happened. Why was Texas number 1 and Ohio State number 3 when Ohio State? Well, and that's just I guess that's just my so I guess it's the law. They say the loss of production and stuff like that. But Ohio State, I'm still at if you're the champion, you know what I'm saying, you stay number 1 till somebody knock you down.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the question marks about saying was part of the reason, and I think the people felt a little more confident in what Arch was, but I agree with you. But I think the biggest thing that nobody's really talking about from this game is Matt Patricia, man. Matt Patricia, he won the battle versus Sark straight up. Like some of the things he was doing defensively, it was legit NFL stuff. I mean, he had one play, he sent the linebacker and he made the D tackle look like he was dropping in the coverage. But the D tackle just took like one step back. The offensive lineman took his eyes off him, thinking he dropping in coverage, but then he went after the quarterback and got a pressure. You know what I mean? So it's like they confused the offensive line and Arch all game pretty much, and they really had them confused all night, and they won the game. If we want to be completely honest, I mean, pretty much neutral on offense the whole game.
Yeah. Anything else on this game before we move? Because we got, I'm ready to get to this next one.
I think they'll play again.
Playoff preview.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Next game. And I talked about this at the top of the hour. Next game that I just love. And my man came on the show and he said it. Nose by 10. Well, what about 14? Because that's what happened. Bama went down to Tallahassee and left crying. You said it before. Malzahn has a way of taking care of business when it comes to Alabama. You said it when you talked about the relationship between Malzahn and I always miss this boy's name, but at least I say it fancy. I was gonna say Castellanos. But yeah, Castellano. That was key. Castellano talked I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say it like this. That boy talked shit as soon as he got on campus about this Bama game. He talked about Bama. He told him what he was gonna do. He said it, went to media day, he doubled down on it. Bama players was like, all right, we got you, you know what I'm saying? Build bulletin board material. He doubled down on it and he did it. And Bama couldn't do anything to stop it. I think if they still was playing, he still be scoring.
Well, the most glaring thing to me was the way Bama looked. It wasn't the score or anything like that. It was the fact that Florida State looked like the more physical team. Bama got pushed around. Bama looked soft, and there was a lack of effort when when it came from Alabama. Like it didn't look like they was motivated in that game. Like that's very concerning if I'm an Alabama fan. Like it's the first game of the year after a disappointing season last year by all Alabama standards. And then you got this quarterback who's over there talking all this trash, and y'all go out there uninspired pretty much. Like that that doesn't bode well for the future of this season if they continue to have that same type of approach to games. It just seemed like they was laissez-faire out there and they was just kind of ready to
Is
get it
that
over
French for
with.
lazy? Never mind. But nah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So the first drive, Bama pushed and punched Florida State in the mouth. Earl Little was going out there making. He was laying lumber. He was hitting. But
Yes,
it
he
was a
was.
lot of it. They were, you could see the line, you know, saying get pushed back, get pushed back, get pushed back. And then Florida State got the ball. And it was over with because they went down the field and scored. And it was like Bama was like, oh, okay, we've seen this before. And they got the ball back and couldn't do nothing. Then Florida State got the ball back and scored again. And it was like a oh shit look in a lot of that crimson on that side.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed. And honestly, it could have been that game probably could have been worse. That game could have been a lot worse. I said, ooh, that's a stat for you. Troy said Bama had 55 yards on the rushing on the first drive. They had 29 yards the rest of the game. Ooh.
But you want to know the crazy thing is, Kalen DeBoer said they went away from the run game because there wasn't enough explosive plays in the run game. If you would have just stuck to the run game, you would have got some explosive plays later in the game after that defense had to keep tackling that running back. You know, like it just questionable. Questionable.
I said at the beginning of the season, I still feel the same way. Bama loses 3 or 4 games. That's how I feel. Well, I said that. They might lose 4 or 5. I was not counting this game. They might lose 4 or 5. But I still believe if you're going to get them this year because they're going to be a lot better. I think Bama's going to get better.
Yeah.
That's just the board and how he's been at it just about everywhere. 1 or 2 years it's a little shaky. Just shaky, a little shaky. But then it gets, you know what I'm saying, year 3 and you know what I'm saying, 4, whatever, it gets better. Yeah. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see how things go from here on out with this one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And Ty Simpson also, you know what I mean? I think he had a very questionable game. He made some decent throws, but
It's
then
because
he also had
he didn't use his left hand. He should have used his left hand. He left-handed and he was throwing with his right.
But there were times he could have used his legs. and he didn't. You know, he could have ran for a first down a couple times in the game, and he didn't. I think he was too much in his head in that game.
Yeah. Speaking of in your head and stuff, Ryan Williams got concussed. I don't know. Or you said they got ULM, so he's probably out next game. You know, what I'm saying, just for caution. Then he comes back after that. If you're Bama, are you concerned?
A little bit, like I say, because of the not the fact that you lost, but how you lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like being pushed around and showing no effort, I would be concerned about that.
Yeah. If you're Florida State, are you overconfident, or he's like, oh, this is how it was supposed to be in the first place? And the reason I'm telling you, it's funny I asked that because Troy says he spent 3 years trying to get Norvell fired, and this is the year he showed out.
But see, my question though is, like, it's one game, but how much did his familiarity to Kane Womack factor in? You know what I mean? Gus Malzahn. Like, how much you had the whole summer to prepare for this game. It's almost like the LSU situation for me. Like, if I'm Florida State, I need to see you do this again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave that alone because that's I think that's what you said. I get what you're saying. Anything else on this game? Because I got before, because next game I gotta give an apology.
Go ahead.
Tennessee, Syracuse. I want to go ahead and say it now. Mr. Aguilar, I apologize. I did not have any confidence in him, and it wasn't necessarily because he came from App State. It was more because even at App State, I didn't feel like he really did much. He went to UCLA. I didn't think he did much, and then he got to Tennessee, and he looked. I mean, really, I just talked about Sark, and I talked about these coaches who do so well with these quarterbacks, and I mentioned last week about Heupel, and I think he's one of those guys. How he's taken some quarterbacks who have not necessarily been that guy, been the backup, or been something here or there, and they have, you know what I'm saying, look really well. Heupel, he did it again. I knew his capabilities, and he still did it again and surprised me. Tennessee as a whole surprised me. Syracuse, I'm not even disappointed because I feel like Syracuse still look good and did well. They just played a damn good Tennessee team who is better than I even thought they could be.
Yeah. I think I was impressed by Aguilar, especially the deep ball. I think that's kind of what's been missing out of Tennessee offense since basically Hendon Hooker. But their defense, they lost a lot off their defense, and I was kind of worried about what they would look like. But their defense looked like they ain't gonna miss a beat. They got a good running game with multiple backs. I think Tennessee gonna be better than people think this year.
Tennessee won the trade too because Nico did not look good at UCLA.
Yeah, they did.
He did not look good.
Yes,
UCLA did not look well as a whole, as a team, but Nico did not look good. Syracuse, Angeli,
and Steve Angeli. Yeah,
it wasn't too bad. I think Syracuse as a whole, I like what Fran Brown is doing, and I think Syracuse is probably still just a year or two away. I think they're probably a year or two away.
I agree.
Darn good coach, and I think that, like I said, probably a year or two away. So I did see a couple people say that, they need to bench, not bench that, saying they need to look at going to to the backup. I don't know if they meant Ricky. Yeah, I don't know if they
Ricky
meant Ricky
Collins.
or one of the other guys that was in the competition, but yeah, that was interesting to me. I think Angeli wasn't too bad though. But yeah, like I said, Tennessee surprised me, and I had Tennessee as an iffy on that Bama. I think Tennessee. I think Tennessee can get them now, especially now. I see that how elusive and that Aguilar is, and he got some wheels. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for a lot of people in the SEC.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, Colorado. Now we're going to Thursday night. Georgia Tech, Colorado. Um, a great game, in my opinion. There were definitely some mistakes and stuff had on both sides, but I like what I saw out of Old Georgia. I like what I saw out of Colorado in the losing effort, except for the fact that
The last drive was crazy. Time management was
I
crazy.
felt like the year was 2000 and was it 10, 11, 12? No, it was like 2012. No, it was 2010. I felt like the year was 2010, and LSU was playing Ole Miss. And it's the last drive. But the difference was you got 2 freaking timeouts. How do you not use either one? What are you doing?
Yeah. And then his explanation for it. It's like, we got a first down. Like, you didn't get a first down immediately. And then it was like, and we got out of bounds. Like, yeah, but you let like 40 seconds go off the clock before you got out of bounds.
Yeah. Troy raised his hand and said, "Is it time to have the prime conversation?" Man, I've been having that prime conversation a long time, bro. I think he's an amazing master of talent. And when I say a master of talent, I'm talking about he can get some good coaches, he can get some good players and stuff. But when it's time to play a coach who has some good X and O's, he folds every time. Go ahead, bro.
He's the ebony version of Ed Orgeron. The media loves him. Good for a soundbite. Players love him. He can recruit talent. Coaches like him, respect him. But when it comes to being a situational coach on the field, question marks all over the place.
Facts. Big facts. I'm concerned about the defensive line too. And Marvin Brandon said the Buffs, no adjustments. They knew the counter quarterback run was coming. I'm trying to figure out how can you not stop people? It's 2025. Quarterbacks run now. How do you not know how to stop quarterback runs? That beats more teams than anything else. Quarterback run.
Yeah, that's true.
So somebody who did impress me. Also Thursday night game, or what's that, Friday night? Might have been Friday night game.
That's Friday night.
Friday night. I said Baylor. That was a Friday night game. Auburn taking on Baylor. Jackson Arnold looked refreshed in a new environment. Did very, very well. I think in both. I mean, there's always room for improvement, but did good well in passing and running the ball. Auburn could not be stopped. Baylor, that's another team, could not stop anything.
Yeah, that Baylor defense didn't look like they were much improved from last year, which that was their weak point last year, and ultimately cost them a chance to compete for the Big 12 championship. That defense, and like the Colorado loss last year, there was a few other losses that was ultimately because of that defense. But to the Auburn side of things, I think you got to feel a little better if you're an Auburn fan after this game. All the stuff that you heard in the offseason about Jackson Arnold, his confidence, all the stuff you heard about how many play callers they were gonna have, and all this kind of. It didn't look like there was much confusion or there was much disarray on offense. It looked like they was kind of clicking on offense. Considering first year quarterback in the system, like taking that into account. But Auburn got a lot of talent on that team,
Yes, they
man.
do.
If they can get it all, everybody on the same page, everybody bought in, they could be like they could be the team that spoils a lot of people's seasons.
Marvin say why coach, and I think which caller got him that autocorrect. He said why coach Aranda can't get players there. I'm be honest with you. Coach Aranda ain't get players at LSU.
Because he has the personality of a paper bag.
He didn't get players to LSU when he was at LSU. That was one of the biggest knocks on Aranda. He doesn't recruit well. We had this conversation in Spaces one night. When it comes to recruiting and stuff, your position players do it, and you know what I'm saying, do most of the position coaches do most of the recruiting. But when it's time to seal the deal and talk to parents, the head coach does that. And if he doesn't, not a good recruiter, it's gonna be hard on your what's call it. Imagine you playing college football 25 and your recruiting is at a 0. You got defense up and everything, but you can't recruit nobody. It's gonna be terrible. That's what your team gonna look like.
Yeah, he doesn't have the personality to be a good recruiter, man. He's not really a people person.
Yeah, everything I hear about him, he's a nice guy. He's just like you said, he's just not a people person. So he's a I'm not gonna say mute, what they call introvert. He's very introverted.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's all we got for the big games, man. Let's take a quick 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our sponsors over at Dubby, and then talk about some of the best of the rest. We'll be right back in 1 minute. Dubby is a powdered energy drink aimed at gamers and individuals seeking focus and energy. It's known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. Dubby is also available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolyte. Dubby achieves its smooth, effective focus with a high-end tasting experience while using no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Try Dubby today by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or visit them on the website at bit.ly/no-chill-dubby. Dubby, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. All right, we are back. Best of the rest, man. What are some games that you saw that we aren't necessarily the premier games, but they still caught your eye and were entertaining to watch?
I watched that Cal Oregon State game last night, and I was very impressed with Cal's quarterback, man. I think that's gonna be one to watch in the transfer portal if he continues to play the way he did last night. Because there's no way Cal holds on to him if he plays like he did last night. I was very impressed from what I saw from him last night.
It was a late night game Friday night. Or was it Thursday? I can't remember. Golly, it slipped my mind just that quick. Central Michigan, San Jose State. Amazing game. Came down to I think San Jose State tried to kick a 56-yarder to win it. Ended up being a one possession game. Now, 1 point game. Was it 1 point? I think 1 point game. So great game.
That South Florida dominating Boise State the way they did. I don't think anybody.
No, they did not. To the point that where people are now talking about South Florida being a test for Florida next week.
Yeah, they play Miami as well this year.
Another game that I watched that was really good. Well, it wasn't really good. You know what? It wasn't good, but it was entertaining in the sense of I can't believe this is happening. Um, Kansas State and North Dakota.
Yeah.
Kansas State went from being one of the top teams in the Big 12, I mean, a favorite to win the Big 12, to now looking like I don't know if they can win the big league. Like I don't know if they can win a youth football league championship the way they playing right now. They left all they fight in Dublin, literally.
Yeah, they struggled, and if I'm a Wildcat fan, I'm major concerned after what I saw the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah. Another game. I know we're gonna talk about this on HBCU Hour. Texas Southern Prairie View. A game to remember. Heartbreaker for Texas Southern. Oh my goodness, this dude, he didn't drop two of them. A heartbreaker for Texas Southern. But it was a redemption story on the Prairie View side. There was a kid who dropped a touchdown pass early in the game that would have gave him the lead. 2 seconds left on the clock. It was first and goal from the 17 after an offensive pass interference. Kid runs a streak up the middle, wide open, catches the touchdown pass after he's dropped the touchdown pass that would have gave him the lead early in the game. So it was a great game. Trying to think, it was some more. I have to pull up the schedule and look. Oh, we just watched South Carolina, Virginia Tech. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it was kind of shaky to start off for South Carolina. I think they kind of finished the game well, but I don't think they played a very complete game.
Okay. And Notre Dame, Miami, get ready to come up. Oh, it's not actually.
Yeah, they about to kick off here in a minute. It's about to kick off here in a minute.
Thoughts on this game before we go?
This should be a good one.
What you got? Who you got?
Should be a good one, man.
Oh yeah, we talked about this the other day.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame in a close one, but I think the rain might factor into it. So we'll see how the weather plays.
I'm taking Miami, all Miami in this one. I think it's.
I hope you're right. That'll be the cherry on top for the weekend.
But man, yeah, that's all I got, man. Listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back. Probably we may just do a recorded show. Give picks and highlights or previews later on in the week. But until then, you can always go YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we go live. But like that, we out. Peace.